Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing if Iraq will ever tell us if and when the dinar is going to revalue. Stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, my name is Steven. I am an entrepreneur and investor, and I have been invested in the Iraqi dinar since 2011. I am not a financial advisor, I am not an economist, and this video is not financial advice. So do not buy more Iraqi dinar, or do not buy any Iraqi dinar based on what I tell you or based on any information that you hear from other YouTube channels. No one knows the date, no one knows the rate, and if they suggest that they do, or if they suggest they have secret intelligence, they are lying to you, and I would highly recommend not listening to those pages. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I've been following Iraq for the last 15 years. I've read all of the news articles that have come out each and every single day. I would go through, I would try to diagnose, if they were showing their cards or if they were going to reveal any information that might insinuate a possible revaluation. Now, I want to show you a video from the former central bank governor. His name was Dr. Shabibi. He actually was put in charge of the central bank of Iraq after the US invaded Iraq back in 2003. So he was the initial guy that was in charge of controlling the money supply, controlling inflation, and really bringing economic reform to the country of Iraq. And he was asked directly by a US reporter if he planned on revaluing the currency. So check this video out.
That need for stability in Iraq and its exchange rate. Would it not follow that there's a direct need for a potential revaluation of the currency to induce both domestic and foreign investment in Iraq? And with regard to that, how far do you believe that we are from a potential revaluation of the Iraqi currency?
Well, even if I know the answer, I cannot tell you.
If you want to watch the whole interview of Dr. Shabibi explaining monetary policy in the country of Iraq, I'll post the link to that video below in the description. But Dr. Shabibi himself said that even if he knew the date or rate of the revaluation, he would not say. And that's really the truth. Iraq is never going to let their people know, let speculators know that they plan on revaluing their currency, because it would be an economic bloodbath. I mean, it would destroy their entire country if they revealed, their cards and said when or if they're adding value to their currency. It just wouldn't make any sense at all. And if you really think about it, even here in the United States, we have our Fed chair, Jerome Powell. I mean, look at what happens to the markets when he makes an announcement about interest rate cuts, right? If he makes an announcement that they're lowering interest rates, generally what happens, right? The markets go up. If he holds interest rates still, or if they increase interest rates, what usually happens? The market goes down. So, as the leader of the Federal Reserve, he has the power to literally shift markets up and down by billions or trillions of dollars just by, making an announcement only on interest rates, right? So think about what would happen in Iraq if the central bank governor revealed exactly what they were going to do with their monetary policy, or if they were, increasing the value of their currency. It just would not be good for them. Now, there is one piece of legislation, and there is, some news articles that I specifically look for that can give somewhat of a tell about the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. And that is news on the HCL, also known as the hydrocarbon law. So what this law essentially does is it distributes the oil wealth that Iraq receives, and it disperses it to the citizens of Iraq. That law has not been passed yet. They've been going back and forth on this law for about 20 years now. The people of Iraq do not move fast, and that's why I believe it's taken this long for their currency to revalue. But once that law is passed, I have heard, and again, this is just what I've heard, and I've talked with other speculators who are a lot smarter than me on this topic, and they have suggested that when you see the hydrocarbon law officially passed in Iraq, then that was a catalyst or a precursor to the revaluation of the currency actually happening. So that remains to be seen. The hydrocarbon law has not yet been passed, and the revaluation has not happened yet, obviously, right? So we will see. I will keep you guys updated if I hear any news or see any movement on the HCL law. I will definitely let you guys know. But other than that, there really is nothing to discuss on a daily basis when it comes to the news coming out of Iraq. They've been talking about deleting the zeros for the last 20 years. Okay, so when other YouTubers or other Dinar investors are putting out YouTube videos just talking about the articles or reading through the daily media that they're putting out, I hate to say this, but it really doesn't mean anything, because Iraq is never going to tell you. There is never going to be an article that comes out saying the dinar is going to revalue. Like, it's not going to happen. Okay, so sometimes, you just have to kind of read between the lines, and there are, like I said, other laws like the HCL law that I am looking for to see if that is passed in the near future. But you can't get your hopes up, or you can't make any decisions based on what Iraq is telling you. They will never tell you. And I've always believed before the revaluation happened, they're probably going to put out a lot of disinformation, a lot of things that are going to seem confusing. It's going to seem like it doesn't make sense. It's actually going to give people a lot less hope. And, they're probably going to end up being discouraged because of the misinformation that the Iraqi media is putting out. So don't make decisions based on what the Iraqi media is saying or what news articles are saying, because it's not going to be accurate, and they will never tell you when the Iraqi dinar is actually going to happen. Something else that I am following very closely right now is the election process and the current prime minister process. So back in 2011, Iraq had a prime minister. His name was Maliki. His full name, I have it written down, is Nouri al-Maliki. He was a bad guy. He was an Iranian puppet. He was accused of stealing hundreds of billions of dollars, directly from the Iraqi government, mostly money that we were sending them. And now he's back. I don't know why he's back again, but he is back in the running for prime minister again. So this is not the guy that we want in power. You might have seen last week, but Trump directly, he acknowledged this, and he actually put out a tweet or a truth on his Truth social account saying that if Maliki becomes the prime minister again, that the USA would be pulling out all support for Iraq. So this is very exciting, because when you see the USA and President Trump getting directly involved in Iraqi politics, to me, that tells me that we have some type of big interest in the country of Iraq, right? Financial interest, economic interest in their natural resources. So we're going to see how this all plays out. But nonetheless, these times are very, very exciting, especially if you are Dinar, a Dinar investor, then this is exciting stuff. But to kind of see how it all comes back around, if you want to look at prophecy or, what other quote unquote prophets are saying about this. I remember listening a few weeks ago, there was a prophet who claimed that he had a vision where God showed him the Prince of Persia. Persia is former day Iran, had their claws on the country of Iraq. So I believe this possibly could be Maliki, who he was referring to, because if Maliki is out and he's kicked out, then we're in a good spot. He no longer is able to funnel money, back to Iran. He's no longer able to steal the money, from the Iraqi government. So again, we're just going to have to see how this all plays out, but it's right in front of us. We're watching it unfold in real time, and that is very, very exciting. So with that being said, if you are a Dinar investor, please like and subscribe to the channel. I am going to start putting out, a lot of videos just talking about different topics related to the Iraqi dinar, timelines, if I'm seeing or hearing news that I think is applicable to this investment. And my goal with this channel is just to keep you guys informed and to really just share my own personal thoughts. It's not fact, and I suggest not making any decisions based on what I say or what I share, but this really just serves as a community for Dinar investors, because we're all in this together, and the Iraqi dinar might revalue tomorrow. It might revalue in a year. It might never revalue, but time will tell. And I'm believing and betting that it's going to happen a lot sooner than we think. So with that being said, I love you guys. Have a great day and we'll chat soon. Bye-bye.